What's up, guys? Hi. How's it going? Okay, I'm just going to share this into the private group, and I'm hoping that the internet's going to be fine. I hope. We can hope. We can hope. Because at the minute, my 4G is getting killed, man. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share this into the group, and then I'm literally. Oh, it's not looking good, you know. Some may say crap, in fact. But anyway, it's probably because all of us, I say all of us, like all of my, there you go. Let me shut this up because that's gonna be distracting. Okay, share more, share to group. So share to a group. Okay, let's put it in the Busy Women's group. Recording a podcast. I know how I'm gonna be looking at because normally I've got my camera set up for my podcast, but today I don't. So we'll see. Maybe I can try and maybe I'll try and hotspot this and give it one last chance. One last chance. Thank see. Apologies, guys, if you're watching this on the replay. You're like, God's sake, this part, okay. So if you're watching the replay, you won't see this part. If you are seeing this part, I haven't been able to cut it for whatever reason. So let's see, where am I? Okay, well, do you know what? It doesn't matter because I'm going to be just uploading the sound to the podcast. So let's jump in before I get frustrated. Hey, Jan. Okay, so I'm about to record. So I won't be able to say hi to anybody. So hello if you're going to be joining. Hello, hello. 5, 4. What is up, guys, and welcome to the podcast. Today, we'll talk about something that I keep hearing a ton from clients, from, I'm not gonna lie, myself, from pretty much everybody in life at the minute. And I thought, like, we'll talk about it in a weight loss point of view, but realistically, like, you can translate this across many different areas of your life. Like, for me, I translated it into running the business or doing my course or doing my other course or checking in with my coaches, like, do my other course, like, whatever it is. Like, I could be, using this across anything. So can you. If you feel like this resonates, then drop a comment, say hello, say what's up. But we number one thing I'm hearing at the minute is too busy. And it's ironic, right? Because we run a Busy Women's Weight Loss group. So on Facebook, that is our free group. It is called Busy Women's Weight Loss Group. So obviously, people in there are very busy. And who isn't these days, right? Like everyone, I feel like everyone is super, super busy right now. So I'm going to be challenging you in this. I'm going to be asking you questions. And this isn't just like for me to be pissing you off. Okay. This is like some questions that I'm going to be asking myself and kind of going on tangents, but we're going to go through some things. So, are you too busy or are you just overwhelmed? I feel like high achievers in particular sabotage their own health. So, at the minute, we are running a Thrive in 25 little like 25-day challenge essentially with a small group of us in a group chat, and we're talking about we've given ourselves like 5 to 10 targets that we have to hit daily. And I don't know what day we're on right now. Oh, we're on day 9 because we started on the 1st of August. 1st of April, even. Woo, I'm way ahead of myself. And today I asked them what were the daily habits that you were not doing, like which were the ones that's easy to fall off, right? Because people are like, yeah, I'm getting my workouts, yeah, I'm getting my steps. But the ones that were falling off, like for me, was or is reading. I told myself I would read 10 pages a day, and I started, and I love this book that I'm reading. Like, I'm obsessed with it. But like as time has come on, I've been like, I need to be like doing the business stuff. Oh, I need to go and get my steps. Oh, I just need to check in with clients. Oh, I need to do this bit of homework for my class. And so that piece of joy, of daily joy, has been thrown to the side. And this is because for me, health and fitness has or is an integrated part of my life. I don't think twice about skipping a workout. Like it does not happen because it's so ingrained. I do not think twice about like getting my steps because it's so ingrained in my life. Same with not necessarily tracking because I've done it for so long that I already know what I'm going to eat and how I can hit my protein. But the actual doing, like I know I'm going to do it, but I will definitely leave it to the last minute, right? So, but overall, I know what I'm eating is pretty healthy. I know what I'm doing is pretty healthy. But then anything that I'm currently working on, something that is not yet a habit, such as reading, gets thrown to the side, gets left until last minute, and then I phrase. Okay. So I know I'm like lagging out here on some of my oh, let me just shut that off. If you have to get apologies guys, sort this out. If you have to go for a meeting and work, you will go, right? It's important to you. And your health and happiness always gets left till last. Everybody else is more important than you. You have been relied on for so much, for such a long time, that you almost feel like guilt. When it comes to you putting yourself first and investing time, energy, money, whatever it is, into your health and yourself, guilt. I should be doing something else. So let's think about this. You know, when your calendar like pings, like you get like the little whoop, if it's a Zoom, like you're doing a meeting, or you get like Slack notifications coming through, or your kid is like screaming. All of these things are happening in your life, and you know you just got to check this, you just got to do that. You may as well clean the house at the same time. If you're working from home, big distraction. Then suddenly, eating a decent lunch feels like climbing Mount Everest. We don't want to do it. It's not very appealing to us. So we can feel too busy. And I think this has become an accepted excuse in high achiever land, which is where most of us live, right? But it's silently wrecking your confidence, ruining your energy, and making you feel like shit in your body. And not just the way you look, but actually like making you feel like shit in your body. Sluggish, tired all the time, irritable, like out of breath. All of these things are big, big problems because you're putting yourself last. So is being busy just a myth? The fact is, being busy is not the same as being productive. Being productive is that you can get a lot done at good output in less time. And I think as a previous 9-to-5er, it's very easy to get caught up in I have to be there for X amount of hours. I have to work for X amount of time for me to be doing a good job. I remember I had a project once. I had an international marketing project to be getting on with. I was essentially running the project. And my manager at the time, who was like she was like kind of supervising, said, "How long did that take you?" And I was like, "Well, I really got my head down this afternoon." And she was like, "You got it all done this afternoon?" I was like, "Yes, I just really got my head down." And there was almost a bit of like, "Oh, should I have said that?" But the fact is, for myself, and I know a lot of other people like this as well, especially if you're neurodivergent, you can get a lot done in a short amount of time. And when you're supposed to be working 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours, whatever it is, a lot of that time is spent doing nothing. So you feel like you are busy, but there's no or very little output for it. I think it's different if you are a nurse, for example, on a maternity ward, and you're like always on the go, 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 from woman to woman kind of thing. But even then, I would say like perhaps there are little breaks that you get if you get them. Those times you need to calm down, right? You need just to chill. But for the majority of us who work like office jobs or desk jobs, or even if you're a manager in the NHS, like a lot of the time you are very busy, but not being productive. And if you've come from that environment and gone into running your own business or working from home, we can still feel this pressure of needing to hit a certain time target versus the output. And for me, I would say the output is always most important. Because ultimately, like, does it matter how long it takes you to do the job? If it takes you an hour versus 10 hours, you get the same project. The 1 hour is fine because then you can get more stuff done in those 10 hours. So why is it that a lot of the time we use busyness as an excuse? I think there's another reason behind this as well, and it is that when you feel busy all the time, but not productive, when you've been like, oh, I spent so long doing this and it's not even finished, or I've done a lot of work on this and it doesn't look like I've done anything. It makes us feel unproductive, ironically. And then our brain is like busy, 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 full, full, full. As soon as there's a minor inconvenience, we go into full freaking meltdown. Okay. Like I mean, the gym leggings are in the wash. I'm not doing a workout. Like, there's absolutely no chance I'm doing a workout because my gym leggings are in the wash, and then I'm going to take ages to do that, and they're not going to dry in time. Then I'm not going to go. I'm going to have wet legs, or I'm going to wear shorts, and I call my shorts because I don't feel comfortable. Plus, it's the middle of winter. I don't know what to do. I'm stressed just thinking about it, right? And I think a lot of us are very set in our ways. So if we're like, right, this is how it's going to plan out. Let me give you a little insight into my brain. If I have to be up at a certain time, let's say I have to be work at 9, right? Like, I don't work in an office now, but let's say I had to be in work by 9, and it would take me half hour to drive there. So I'd have to leave 8:30. If I'm doing a workout, so I'm going to the gym before that, then I would have to stop working out at 8 so I can have a shower in that 30 minutes. If I stop the workout at 8 and I want to get a 2-hour workout in, it means I have to start my workout at 6. And I mean, this is going to be cardio and everything. This is a full shebang 2-hour workout. 6. If it takes me a half hour to drive to the gym, I've got to wake up I've got to leave at 5:30. If I have to leave at 5:30, I have to wake up at 5 so I can get all this stuff done, so I can get to the gym by 9, so I can get to work at 9. That is how my brain works, very methodical. Now, let's say, and this has definitely happened in the past, I woke up and this happened to me one time. So embarrassing. I used to go to the gym fasted in the morning. So I was on my way driving, like I was on track. Everything was like to the T, to the second. And I pulled up and I was like, fuck, I forgot my pre-workout. This is going to be a crap workout. There's no point in going. I may as well just turn back around, just get back into bed. I actually did turn back around. I remember this very vividly, and got my pre-workout and went back. So it was like half hour less in my workout, but I still managed to get it done. But the inconvenience that I felt, the upset, the frustration, and I told myself like that day was going to be shit. Like the workout was going to be crap. I was going to be rushed, which would mean like work would be crap, and I'd be like stressed out all day and all these kinds of things because I left my pre-workout at home. And I feel like this is a lot of people these days. They're very much like, well, this tiny little thing happened and I couldn't do it. Everything was ruined. And then this happened, then this happened. And when I hear my clients talk like this, I'm like, just calm down. It's stressing me out. There's no need for it. Everything is fine. But I think we are so used to being mollycoddled, I'm going to say it, right? And safe and fine and comfortable that any minor inconvenience is a full meltdown. Then there's going to be, because we're in a full meltdown, there's going to be emotional dramatics around decisions and decision fatigue, right? Because we've already stressed out about what's happening in the day. The plan's gone to shit. We're already busy. Now we're going to be super busy and behind. We can't make decisions anymore because we've already made decisions. They screwed up. So what's the point in making any more decisions? There's a big, big spiral. And that is going to derail the whole routine if you do not start to take action. When things like that happen, and like I said, I still went to the gym. It was a little bit shorter, but I still went. Many of you would have done the opposite. You would have gone, I'm going home. I'm not coming back. I'll just get back into bed. I'll do the workout tomorrow. Because you feel like 10 minutes or 10 minutes less, I should say, 10 minutes less, half hour less. So a 1 hour workout was not enough. So what's the point in going at all? It's like when you feel like you've got 10 minutes, you could go for a walk. You would rather, I'm going to call you out, you would rather scroll on TikTok, scroll on Instagram. Like, it's not that you didn't have 10 minutes to do whatever it is. You just convinced yourself that 10 minutes was not worth it. So this is when high performers, they self-sabotage all of the time. Like, I want you to let me know in the comments, are you a self-proclaimed all or nothing mindset? And I feel like people use this as like a badge of honor, like, yeah, I'm going to do it all. And it's like, it's not a badge of honor. It's a very big downfall that you've got this all or nothing mindset. Like, you need to stop that. I would rather someone be like 80%, 100% of the time than a 100%, 20% of the time, right? So if you feel like, oh, if I just go for a 10-minute walk, it's not going to do anything. If I just do a 10-minute workout at home, it's not going to do anything. If I just eat my protein, but then I eat chips on the side or fries on the side, like there's no point. I may as well just binge on shit and then start again tomorrow with my protein. Your perfectionism is disguising itself as standards. You think that you've just got this high standard, but actually you're seeking perfectionism, which is never going to happen. You will, I don't want to say never, right? But you will very rarely ever have the perfect day. Things go wrong. You get stressed out. Things overlap. Shit hits the fan royally sometimes. But telling yourself, I don't have time, is a very convenient excuse that you've started to use. I'm busy. Very convenient excuse. Everybody's busy. Life is busy. We're in a time in the world now where if you are not doing something, it's almost, what's the word? Labeled as lazy. I know the women in the house will totally understand this, but you've got an invisible to-do list, right? You look around the house, you're like, I need to do the dishes, I need to cook dinner, I need to prep dinner first of all before I can cook it. Before that, I need to go shopping, I need to clean the bathroom, I need to iron the clothes. Before I iron them, they need to dry. Before they dry, I need to wash. Before they wash, I need to go in the washing machine instead of on the floor. I need to scoop up this. Like, you've got this massive invisible to-do list on top of sustaining your own life, running the household, doing your job. You have all this. And the minute your partner has the absolute audacity to sit down and do nothing, just like play on his phone, he is in trouble. Like, you freaking know it. He knows it. You look at him, he's like, oh shit, I shouldn't have. Just act busy, right? Because like, we feel like we've got so much to do. But the honest thing is, like, a lot of those things can wait. Or if you planned properly, then those things would get done. But when we've got these really high standards, which is actually perfectionism, we will always feel like we're behind because we're never going to hit perfect because it does not exist. And so we use busy as a buffer, because why are people always busy? Like, why do you feel uncomfortable sitting by yourself? You would way rather pick up your phone, just scroll for a little bit, get out of your own head. You'd way rather put some Netflix on. You'd way rather check your emails just 10 more times in case something comes in. And this is because you do not like feeling not in control. So you would rather distract yourself. So you need to sit with your uncomfortable truths and ask yourself, like, why aren't I doing this thing? Why am I procrastinating? Why am I deciding to reorganize my cupboards instead of going for a walk, right? And a lot of the time, like I say, it is because we don't like not feeling in control. And a lot of the time, we do not feel in control of our body if we have gotten to a point where we are like, I need to lose some weight, or my my energy is crap, or my brain fog is really bad. We don't want to see ourselves as cracked, broken, or weak. So we avoid looking at ourselves, not just in the mirror. I mean, mentally, emotionally, We don't like to reflect. We don't like to analyze what is happening. So we will continue to distract ourselves with busy work instead of productive work. Think about it this way. Would you cancel a meeting because your pen ran out of ink? No. So why would you cancel your walk because there's a disturbance on the road? Maybe there's, I don't know, it's closed for whatever reason, like your route is closed. Be like, oh, the route is closed. Tomorrow. It'll be fine tomorrow. So what is the uncomfortable truth that you are trying to hide or avoid? And the thing to think about is like, what is the cost of living like this? Like people always say to me, how much is your program? How much do I need to pay? All this kind of stuff. But the thing is, and it's very easy for me to say, well, how much do you spend on Botox? How much do you spend on getting nails done? How much do you spend on 6 macchiatos a week? How much do you spend on takeaways? How much do you spend on like all of this other stuff? Dinner, lunch, whatever. But they are all costs that you can see. Maybe you need them pointed out to you, right? But generally, you can see these things add up. Go to your bank statement, you can see them on there. What you can't see is the invisible costs. So the costs of living like this, always putting yourself last, always being too busy, always being distracted and unable to make any progress, then beating yourself up for it. For example, your hormones, when you're super stressed, I'm going to take a stress actually, when you are busy, even if that busy work is crap, right? So you're not productive, you're just busy. When you are busy, your hormones go all over the place. Your stress increases. Your decision fatigue increases, which means like you can't make decisions very well. You are exhausted. Your mood is all over the place. Then you've got the physical symptoms, right? Like of chronic busyness. So things like bloating, things like burnout, things like brain fog. These are all physical symptoms of chronic busyness. Notice output or productivity is not included in those. And then you've got the loss of identity, which I think is something that people don't talk about, but where I think is really important. I used to be the woman that had it together. I used to be able to do this well. I used to be in control of my life. I used to be proud of who I was. Now you can't bear to think about it. You're lost. You don't know who you are. You've lost your identity. And here's the key point. You're not failing because you're busy. You're struggling because you've normalized self-neglect. And I want you to sit with that. I don't want you to think like, oh yeah, whatever. I want you to really, genuinely think on that. Ponder on it. You're not failing because you're busy. You're failing or struggling because you've normalized self-neglect. Many people self-neglect and see it as something they should be proud of instead of something that they need to fix. We don't think about, oh, do you know what? I'm really happy. I'm feeling good. I'm proud of myself. I'm taking risks. Instead, we feel proud of, well, I stayed up really late and got the work done. I didn't eat anything yesterday because I'm trying to lose weight. I vomited after my workout because I worked that hard. Like we are proud. Or another one is like, I slept 4 hours because I'll sleep when I'm dead. You know, that kind of like bro mentality. Like we are so proud of self-neglect. I just don't understand. Like we need to not do this, okay? If we want to make any kind of progress in life, that's like saying, Yeah, would you go to your boss and go, yeah, I didn't want to do that work. Didn't do it. Did as little as possible. Like, it's probably not what your boss wants to hear, right? Likewise, why would you say about yourself? I did as little as possible. I got 4 hours sleep. Feel like shit. Proud of me. Like, no one is proud of themselves for feeling like shit, but they are proud of themselves for what it takes to get there. Wild. Anyway, so I digress. What should you do instead? I'm going to give you 3 micro shifts that you can do that can help you figure this kind of stuff out. Okay, so the first, maybe I'll give you 4. Okay, so the first one is plan in your calendar. I don't know how many times I have to say this. Put it into your calendar. Wake up time, breakfast time, like literally plan it out. Something that you can do actually before you do all that is document your day. Every 15 minutes, write on a piece of paper, what did you do the last 15 minutes? What did you do the last 15 minutes? What did you do the last 15 minutes? And you'll very soon see you are not that busy. You just get distracted a lot. You're just addicted to your phone. You're so worried and obsessed with work that you're constantly checking that. Constantly checking your emails. No one's emailed you in the last 30 seconds. You don't need to hit refresh on that, okay? Like, you can just carry on with your life. If an email comes through, it will pop up. So this is a really hard thing to do, and people will not do it. First off, because it takes effort, and people don't want to do anything that takes effort because they're too busy, ironically. And the next reason is because they do not want to look at themselves in the mirror and understand that, fuck yeah, I do waste a lot of time. Because that's what you're doing. You're wasting time. So that's the first step. The second step is to put everything into your calendar. Now you go through your what I did in a day list and you think, what here are the priorities? What do I have to do? Like, AKA turn up for work, right? Wake up. These are all the things that you need to do. Your workouts, your meal prep, your walks should be in this category. Don't throw it to the side and think, if I've got time, I'll do them. No. If you want to look, feel, and perform at your best, not just in your body, but in work, in your relationships, in your friendships, you need to be prioritizing yourself. And they are the 3 things that need to be in there for sure. So they're the big things. Okay, those, review it, replace or recreate your timetable. Okay, so the next thing is default decisions. This is a really cool hack, which is very, very simple, but no one uses it. Apart from our clients, they all use it, and that's why they get good results. But look at when you spiral the most. Look at when your biggest kind of problem time is. Your mood swings, your cravings. Like, when you're going through your list, what I did in the day, look and identify when you started to freak out. Normally, for high achievers, somewhere between 2 and 3 o'clock, the crash, right? So what you want to do for that, so you identify the problem, then you look at how to prevent or mitigate as much as possible the problem. So when you normally have a crash at 2 to 3, it's usually because A, you're hungry, you skip lunch, you haven't eaten, now you're starving. Or B, because you've eaten carbs and caffeine all day, and now you're like, oh, I just crashed a million times. Drag my ass through the rest of the day until 5 o'clock and I can clock out. So what you want to do in this instance is prep protein snacks in advance so that you don't spiral at 2 or 3 o'clock. The next thing is create your floor and your ceiling. So the floor is the absolute bare minimum that you can do every day. And this doesn't have to be, for example, hit 10,000 steps. It doesn't have to be hit 1,400 calories. It doesn't have to be things like that, but it could be like do 5 minutes of intentional breathing or nervous system regulation, like whatever it is, 2 minutes, anything. But do the bare minimum and make sure you tick that off. As long as you don't go below the bare minimum, you are still progressing. And then the last one is decision buffers. So we will get decision fatigue because in the morning you wake up with a full pot of decisions. Every time that you make a decision, shall I press snooze or shall I get up? Shall I have coffee or shall I have a tea? What shall I wear to work? How shall I wear my hair? Which way shall I drive to work? So every single decision that you make is a coin out of your pot into the abyss. Bye. And so by the end of the day, you can imagine like all these decisions getting empty and empty and empty. Now you've fatigued. You're like, I'm freaking done. Don't ask me any more questions. Your partner's like, what do you want for dinner? You're like, fuck's sake. Why do I have to answer this all the time? Why do I have to make the decision? You freak out. So if we can have decision buffers, these are like backups, right? So for example, your partner says, what do you want for dinner? You already know because you've already planned it. It's already in the freezer. Maybe you've batch cooked before. Now it's in the freezer. You just got to reheat it. Easy. Maybe your gym kit is already in your bag or in the car, ready to go after work or in the morning, wherever. So in the morning, you don't have to wake up and go, oh, I need to get ready. I have to pack my bag. No, it's already done. You don't need to. It's already done. So the goal isn't to stop being busy. It's to stop letting being busy ruin your life, ultimately, right? Because we are all busy. But first of all, we need to understand, is it busy or is it productive? If it's not productive, it probably doesn't need to get done, right? And if it still needs to get done, stop letting it ruin your life and stop letting it run your life. If you control, because you're a control freak, right? If you listen to this, you're probably a control freak. If you can control what you can control, anything else won't bother you. If you start trying to control things you can't control, you will feel busy, you will feel burnt out, and you'll feel stressed out all of the time. So you can keep telling yourself there's no time, or you can decide that your health is a non-negotiable. Either way, the clock is ticking, and so is the cost of doing nothing. Your time will continue to pass. Today has passed. The last 24 hours has passed. How much time did you waste worrying about things or doing things that didn't matter? How often did you spend on your phone scrolling? Maybe, if you really want to upset yourself, if you really want to be humbled and call yourself out, go to your phone, go to settings, go and look to see how much time you've spent on things like Instagram, Facebook, TikTok over the last week, even the last 24 hours. You can get that data on your phone and you could be like, well, shit, 6 hours of my life I'm not getting back. You think that, it's just 5 minutes here, it's just 5 minutes there. All of those add up. And we all know, even if it's 5 minutes, like you are not sitting on the toilet for 20 minutes peeing, okay? You're scrolling. So we need to be realistic. We need to be honest with ourselves. And we need to have a plan. You love a plan. Make a plan for this and follow through. If you can't follow through, you need accountability. If you need accountability, come to our group. Okay? So you're probably not too busy to prioritize yourself. You're just choosing not to. You're probably not too busy, but you've just normalized self-neglect. And you're probably not too busy. And maybe, here goes, it's just not that important to you. Wherever you decide, wherever you've understood from this or taken from this, you need to sit with it, you need to accept it, and you can either continue going down that road or you can change it. But only you can make that decision. So that's it. Hope this has helped. Drop a comment in the comments. Like, share, rate, review, whatever you do on podcasts. Get all those done for us. And if you've got any questions, let us know. If there's anything I can help you with, or if you want anything spoken about on a future episode, I'm all ears. Otherwise, have a fantastic week, and I'll speak to you soon. All right. I'm going to just check my Facebook now, because God knows if that did. Oh, hey, guys. Jan, it's not you. Don't worry. Hey, Sam. Hey, Amy. Apologies. My internet is not good. But hopefully you guys got the majority of that at least. I did record it on my phone. So hopefully that is going to upload to our podcast. And that will be uploaded within the next, I don't know, whenever I get enough data, for the next couple of days probably. So that's it, guys. Clients, Cam is taking a call tonight, so we will see you soon. But yeah, hope that was helpful. Let me know your biggest takeaway. If you're watching this on the replay, put your biggest takeaway in the comments. I want to hear it. I want to see that you're making a decision and making changes, not just listening to this and hoping that your life will change. You have to change, okay? You have to take the action. Okay, fab, Sam. Thank you. All right, guys. Speak to you soon. Have a good one.